Whoop, whoop, what's up, Bearcats? It's Tuesday. We're here, we're hanging, we're chilling. It's the HMG late start NXT watch along. Because, you know, Tuesday nights, unfortunately, we got to share the channel. What's up, Lab Rat? Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop. Hope all's well with you. Yeet, yeet. So, yeah, picking up. So, we got Thea Heel and the new chick from LFG. It's been a good show so far, I think. How y'all doing? We're here, we're hanging, we're chilling. Bearcats in the house. Yeet.
She's trying to get over the events of that Evolution Eliminator and trying to face first by Reed.
Laney Reed, that's her name. Yeah, that's a little bit tough for me to remember, especially since, you know, I don't catch LFG. Shit, the dog was gonna be right back, guys. Oh, never mind, Gramps got him. All right, we're good. Yeet.
He's just excited right now. Stop reaching. He got you feeling some kind of way. I know he expanded himself when we started the thing. Graves, how deep is the NXT women's division when you truly look at it all joking? I mean, I don't think I can state it adequately enough. I mean, every time one star goes to Raw or SmackDown, you've got, it seems like 3 more pop up. It's a great, it's a deep women's division, and it continues to evolve. Laney Reed now taking her time. And last week, Booker, it was Reed who said, Thea gets played like a fiddle. I'm sure you agree.
Not only that, Lady Reed, she stepped in right off the rip. Call out, baby. Call out to the champ. But my thing is this. If this is UFC, that's what Lady Reed is all about.
Well, we take a look a little bit deeper at Laney Reed and some of the comments she's made with call-outs to Booker's point.
Whoop, whoop.
Is Reed right with the thing? Specifically that she hasn't changed one bit since leaving Chase.
Take a look at this power.
Shoulder was executed excellently into a cover under the leg, and somehow he able to kick.
Back to your question, Vic. I sort of have to agree with Lady Reed, but I do want to take another look at this double shoulder breaker. That could have ended it. Credit to Thea Hale for surviving, but I agree. I've said something similar. Thea Hale wanted so bad to be, as she put it, a grown-ass woman to stand on her own 2 feet. It really just has changed about her strategy or her approach to the ring.
Well, she's a pretty big girl, though. I got to give her that.
She admitted that adulting is hard. The locker room is mean, and she's trying to get back into this. Who said that? Thea Hale said. A grown woman said that? Yes. I just given up.
It's a selfish business, man. What do you think about AEW? Right now, doing that in this matchup, but can she continue to do that? That's the mindset. Stay focused, Thea. Stay focused.
And
I like that too, Lab Rat.
Inside shoulder. Listen, in my opinion, I think Thea needs to take what she has, which is a seemingly.
I mean, because basically,
if she could channel it, she could focus it.
maybe not a TNA team. Because I think what they're trying to go for is, and I like if they're going this direction, is the WWE women's tag team titles are going to kind of go across. They're going to be because remember the NXT women's tag team titles got absorbed into them. I think it was Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey who did it when they beat I want to say Fire and Ice. Let me look that up real quick to make sure I got that right. Laney Reed with the dirty win. Yep. Yeah, the last champions were Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, and they defended them against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, who took them and unified them into the WWE Women's Tag Team titles.
Yeah, but Tega, you were so close to beating Javon last week, and selfishly, I'm glad you're still in the group.
Yeah, well, imagine having a face mask on the whole time.
You know, Tegan, what Jasper ended up doing to Javon, wasn't that what you were meant to do to him? And you didn't, and look what happened. You lost, which just proves my point that you still need more time in the NQCC. Does it, Charlie? Yes, it does. Look, I'm not making no excuses, all right? I lost. Cool. But you know what? I want the exact deal you offered Miles. A one-on-one match against you. And if I win, I'm out.
And here's, speaking of that, I'd like to see, here's something I'd like to see. Have the AAA trios tag team titles crossover into NXT, into the main roster, into TNA. Yeah, there's a lot more storyline and angle, material in Rosie and Raquel keeping the belts. But the idea of a four-way of, challengers from NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, at least that's kind of a little bit of a thing.
Introducing first, Lativa, sorry, and the NXT Women's North American Champion, Sol Ruka. We can call it any way we want to. This duo took matters into their own hands. Ryan helped Tatum last week. Paxley prefers, though, her new friend. We're going to have a tag team match between all four of these women.
Yeah, I could see a use for her. It's just they need to do a little bit more creatively with her. But I think the spot she's in is a good one for her. How dude? Sol Ruka's mixed race, right? Her dad's black.
To create the sugar maple charcoal, where every drop is mellowed until it's smooth Tennessee whiskey. A whiskey we all know by name. Made by those who pour everything
Which is,
into their craft.
man, I've seen like some like
All over the world.
You guys remember the band Depeche Mode?
This guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle.
The guitar player and main songwriter is a man named Martin Gore.
Miracle, but it's sure as heck ain't my old razor.
Man, it's just the way genetics work. Sometimes it's kind of weird. Unless you were really looked into it, you couldn't tell. Like, there's no way you could tell.
Time after time. Gillette, the best a man can get. Keeps getting better.
It's like we've told people Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. For the last time. Huh. I thought it was deeper than that. Only pay for what you need.
Yeah, I remember reading something about where Carlito said he didn't mind getting released. It's just let us at least conclude my involvement in the storyline before you let me go. Let's at least tie up this loose end and then cut me.
Face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor if new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Yeah, that's just the way genetics works sometimes. It's some traits are more dominant than others. That's just the way she goes sometimes, There's somebody I used to be very close to who was native, who had native and Filipino blood in them, and very proud of that heritage. Fucking whiter than Casper the Friendly Fucking Ghost.
It's got to be time. What if I told you that
one of the best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 and in less than 30 minutes. Fix your cloudy weather headlights with Cerakote's #1 best.
Yeah, that was what kind of sucked about it. He was kind of more of a decoration and a punchline. When he could have done so much more for that group. He could have done so much more. But at least like what they handed him, he killed it.
For skin isn't a myth.
Hey, yo, what's up, Todd? Good to see you, pal. Mr. No Monikers needed, the two-time HMG Pick'em Challenge World Champion. Yeet, yeet. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Whoop, whoop.
And now I'm only one match away from the rematch that I want. And I know Oba, he's rooting for him more. Because he knows what's waiting at the bash if I get my hand raised tonight. And more, I'm going through you. And Oba Femi, you may be backed by destiny, but your destiny is mine.
Truth will ultimately prevail. But there's pain bringing it to light.
Dude, I think it's what we're gonna see, and I'm hoping for that match. Yeah, triple threat main event at Slammiversary Jones, pal. I think we see it. Yes, sir. The people have spoken. Let's fucking go. Yeet, yeet.
Last week, but we also saw Tatum Paxley get carried away by Zaruka last week to try and.
Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Cold-blooded in the house. Whoop, whoop. Nice, man. Very nice. Whoop, whoop. Hope all's well with you. Yeet, yeet.
Let's talk about the calling. Let's be honest. They prey on the weak and the broken. That's where Tatum Paxley is. And while we're at it, to be perfectly honest, I don't know if I trust anything about Zarya. To me, she's just riding the coattails of Soruka. If for some reason she's trying to convince Soul that they're best. Trust me, mark my words. Somewhere down the line, we're going to be talking about how did we see this coming? Zarya is going to stick it to Soruka.
You ever have a conversation with Zarya?
Nope.
Well, where you jumping at the whoa, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, yeah. Until the official results come out in the. Oh, he did. I did not catch that. Okay, cool. Very cool. All right, pal. Yeah, I think we get. I think we see new world champion Santana, and then I think we see a thing where like Hendry kind of confronts him and is like, "All right, well, solidify yourself, beat me," and then they're gonna do like that'll be like the official torch pass of making Santana the guy, and then Joe Hendry rides off into the NXT sunset.
This for teamwork from a first-time team. Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame working extremely well together.
Okay, cool.
That is also hard to argue. Izzy Dame, Dallas and Tatum Paxley.
A piece off. It's like when you hand out.
I like this angle sort of they've been doing with Tatum Paxley, like being manipulated by Izzy Dame, where like Zolruka are trying to be her actual friends. Here's where I see this going. Because right now where we're at in the story is it looks like Paxton Tately is playing along with Izzy Dame, but I think Paxum Tately's realized her actual friends are Zolruka, and she's just fucking with Izzy Dame to eventually, when the time's right. I'll just, when the stakes are high, pull the swerve and go with her real friend Zolruka. Oh, Todd, so am I, dude. So am I. Especially they've actually scheduled their TNA scheduled their PLEs like the next few months. We're like, all right, we got room to breathe and build for these. Whereas All In's pretty much like a 1, maybe 2 match show. Whereas Slammiversary, every match has some stakes and story behind it. Like, of course, we got the triple threat world heavyweight title match, and then we got the X Division title match where you got the story of Moose trying to break the record of longest running X Division champion, going against up and comer who they've been building into a star, Leon Slater, who was to become the youngest X Division champion. So that's a story right there. And plus Moose is the dude who's not Moose will make, if they end up booking it where Moose puts Leon Slater over, Moose is going to make him look good. Moose is going to make him look like a star.
Well, as we also focus in on this too, Booker, regardless of personal feelings, as she just was tagged out of the matchup, Izzy Dame has certainly dominated the field since joining the company.
Izzy Dame, I will call her the leader.
I would not argue that, Todd. More talented than the Slammiversary card, more talented than the All In card. I would not argue that. I would not argue that at all. For real. Agreed, Lab Rat. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's another tough one to argue. Soruka, best looking woman in NXT right now. Yeah, that's a tough call. That's a real tough call, pal. But I'd say she's up there. She is definitely up there.
What should I put you down for?
Cool. Boundaries. They can be tough for young homies.
Yeah, like beyond those 3 matches, who really cares?
Oh, yes, gotcha. Okay. Look, the soup of the day is tomato bisque.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your woman when you bundle with them.
Meanwhile, up and down the card, like you actually have like build and story to it when it comes to Slammiversary. Yo, what's up, Jay Hall? Good to see you. Whoop, whoop. Hey, good to see you, pal. Yeet. Hope all's well with you, man. Whoop, whoop. This has been a fun NXT so far. Wait, that's who Braun is with? I did not know that. Well, yeah, if they're posting like couples Instagram videos where Izzy's pee whipping him. Yeah, no, don't be doing that. And Braun should know better. And if anything else, his dad and his uncle should be like, hey, don't be posting that shit on social media. Or don't let your woman post that shit on social media.
But the world is still full of wonder. We just need a better way to find it. Introducing Airbnb experiences.
Master Ramen and an award-winning show. Dive into underground jazz with a renowned bassist. Or see no
Yeah, bro, that's the only like out of the 3 main matches they have for All In, the only fresh one is Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné.
people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before. New stuffed crust. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before.
Are you serious?
Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for
This is a story about the one who keeps it all moving. He is measured, precise. He thinks ahead. Stops.
Oh yeah, I would have to hope that somebody smartened up his, Braun's dad and uncle to that stuff on social media and got in his ear saying, "Nah, you got to cut that."
It's about more than business. Deliver fast. Call Ranger.com or stop by. Ranger, for the ones who get it done. This Friday. Every trip.
looking for jaw-dropping illusions.
Completely innovative, but it's
Time for the smoky toky time. Whoop whoop.
Able to get out of the way for a moment, trying to showcase that power. Nice counter by Tatum, and Tatum with a nice.
think about what the addition of Tatum Paxley could mean for the Colin. We've seen that growth power. They're switching
Whoop whoop.
it out to maximize their effectiveness.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
This teamwork, beautiful
So you agree with Booker said that the calling has only gotten stronger in recent weeks. Short arm close on it, put it away.
Yep, Braun Breaker is currently in a relationship with Izzy Dame. Yeah, for the yeah. You're trying to just put Braun Break this like sell Braun Breaker as it's a destroyer. You can't have him on camera or have him on social media getting whipped by Izzy Dame. Picking up the packet right now tonight. Ooh, Sanfordmoto skunk pal. Whoop whoop.
Unexpected, maybe. Look at it the other way. Maybe, just maybe, she found a true friend.
Dude, I love living in Missouri so much. I really believe this is the best red state in the country.
A lot of experience. Think of the value inside the mind of Sean Spears. This is a man who's been there, done that around the world, takes success, solved and failure. Look at the leg.
Off the itch to girth.
Spears is a wealth of knowledge. And when you take these people again,
Oh, okay, that's cool. What they say?
Dark spot in their life. Spears has figured out how to maybe manipulate is the right word, but build them back up.
You know what I call it, right? The GPS. Just put in the information.
Yeah, for real. It's like, yeah, that dopamine hit of getting that liking and acceptance on social media. And I can just say from personal experience, that dopamine hit of knowing you did a good job of people pleasing and making people like you. That's, like Ben says, that is a high. And I have my own personal story about that. There would be a long ass time. We don't have time. We don't have time to tell, pal. So we're gonna leave it there. Whoop whoop.
Right here, taken down, running right back around, right to the face, in control.
Yeah, I've caught those lab rat. Yeah, I think that's more that. Yeah, that's again, this is just my opinion, my personal observation. It seems more like it's the men trying to make their women happy knowing full well what they're doing is wrong. And kills their character and kills their business. Yeah, like Jade had, in my opinion, I think Jade Cargill has everything but what she needed more than anything, and what she needed time to do was get in the ring, get those reps in, get that seasoning. Like she need, like Vince says, the 10,000 hour rule. Jade never got that. That was what she lacks more than anything. Everything else, like she's a 10 in. Yeah, in all fairness, did she really get anything in AEW other than reps? And to be fair, also there were some good brains that Jade had to pick backstage in AEW when she was there. Question is though, yeah, I feel like that was when Arn was still there. Like if I'll put it this way, and this is me speaking personally. If I'm a young talent in AEW, and I know I got names like Arn Anderson, Dean Malenko, Jerry Lynn, Jake Roberts, Tully Blanchard backstage, I'm having conversations with them every night that we're on the same show. Like, I'm picking their brain, man. Like, I'm not, yeah, like if I have those brains available to me, I'm picking all the fruit off all those trees, pal.
Oh, if you guys wanted my honest opinion, I would tell you that Ethan is
Right.
like the last
Yeah,
person.
in her defense, it is not her fault. That's more management, people calling the shots, putting the cart before the horse. She wasn't ready yet. She needed more time in the ring. She needed more seasoning.
First of all, a smidge of respect for the Vanity Project. Also, these boys are literally only here to help you. Just in case you step out of line and I have to.
Okay, I was not aware that she did not. Okay, I don't know if that was confirmed or not. Yeah, when I said that, I was just, kind of thinking, like, speaking from what I would do if I was in that spot.
Going forward, I would be dictating every single this championship on my terms.
Oh, wow, your terms, huh? Just like every championship that you've earned here.
Hondos. Yeah. Hondos. Now, I am a fighting champion and in a
Yeah, that is very true. Like, that was part of the problem with her being in AEW. She didn't have the opportunity to put the reps in.
You survived the Vanity Project Gauntlet.
Gauntlet. Oh, Ethan, you can't. You can't do. Sorry.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And again, seeing her in the ring, I can't really disagree with that. Unless she just happens to be a slow learner, which I could say from personal experience, there are some people who, when it comes to wrestling, they are very, very slow learners. But when they get it, they get it. Like, it's very possible when it comes to, in-ring, getting in there, she could be a late bloomer. Problem is, she wasn't management. At the end of the day, management did not from both sides did not handle her correctly. Like they should have known what they had on their hands and handled it and cultivated it correctly instead of just fast track to the top. No net, no protection, no nothing.
Individual and combo tickets on sale now.
Oof, yeah.
She came out fighting. 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery.
Unless the plan is they're going to do a swerve in the middle of it. Naomi cashed in, she walks out with the belt. Yeah, that's dangerous waters right there. Yeah, expecting Tiffany Stratton to carry Jade Cargill. Yeah, those are some dangerous waters there.
It's time to change the way you think about cotton. Inside protection in a tiny pack. It's made with fun, not fluff. For up to zero feel and up to 0 leaks. And it absorbs more. Ready to go? Where you go. Always Pocket Flex Foam. Hand over that hot sauce and leave the heat to us. For a limited time, Create Your Own Pasta has a new spicy 3-meat sauce, which happens to pair perfectly.
They're not just throwing her into the fire; they're throwing her into the middle of a erupting volcano that she's not quite ready for. Yeah, the chances of something going wrong, that's still way too high. Now, if you had Pat Patterson agenting, coming back from the dead to agent that match, and they did everything exactly like he lays it out, then that's a little bit different. But we live in the real world here.
Decided. What's next in the courtroom drama? Tonight. Discovery. Even a little mud. 4x4s provide the muscle, tech, and durability needed to go anywhere. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Right now, get employee pricing on a Ford Bronco, plus up to $2,000 bonus cash.
Give me that Ford Bronco, pal.
We don't just take you close to animals. We take you beyond the glass, behind the scenes, within your reach, close. Let you go.
Yeah, Miro's pretty much his AEW, like a light version of his AEW character. Aleister Black's pretty much he's beaten Miz and then gotten interrupted by R-Truth and then kicked him in the head, and that's pretty much about it. Yeah, Grayson Waller. Yeah, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller just been making backstage cameos alongside New Day. Yeah, and Raw Tag Division's dead. I mean, yes. Part of the problem is they're worrying. One of the things they're doing is, as much as they don't want to admit it, they are thinking about AEW, because why would they book 3 events, the 3 PLE or 3 major events the same weekend AEW is holding All In? Meanwhile, the weekend before, nobody's running anything. I mean,
After reflecting on last week, Uriah, you made me realize.
Yep.
That it might be time
or
for this old dog.
Even honestly, just looking at the way like some of these people's minds might even work. To make a point, like maybe their trophy, victories and trophies over AEW.
I don't want to lose sight of you. So, Kel, next week, I've got you a singles. Hey, heck yeah. And while I know my methods aren't for everyone, I do want to be better. If you boys will allow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Apology accepted. Come on.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that, man. You got to call that across the board. It has to be across the board.
You know, you're right. I will be out there with you. Just promise that you'll listen to me. That you'll use what you've learned over the past few weeks. And that you are. Can I say, is that concept? I mean, 100% you can say it. Just wait, not act. Okay. And show them that you are Chase You Talk. Oh, yes. Guys, I can only hope that Kale and Uriah finally smarten up and break free from Chase You because it's a sinking ship. A giant anchor.
That's a good Chase You vignette. Whoop, whoop.
Is standing by with TNA wrestlers Joe Hendry and Mike Santana.
Joe Hendry, we started the night off with a bang. You scored a victory over West.
Yeah, that's a big part. Yeah, that was one of the big mistakes AEW made was like throwing those big bombs at WWE. Whereas, when TNA first came out, they were more like they tried to make they weren't trying to. Here's the difference between AEW and TNA. AEW marketed themselves as competition. TNA marketed themselves as an alternative. Oh shoot, we got Santana and Joe Hendry on camera.
We do have one thing, and that's a quest to bring back the TNA World Championship back to TNA. Well, as much as I believe, don't get too excited that Joe's a cornball.
Oh yeah.
He reps TNA to the max.
I have no, yeah.
Let me make something real clear to you, Joe. I'm going to be the one that's bringing the TNA World title back home where it belongs.
Yeah, the way it's been done has been, yeah, it's been a joke.
Joe is fit for one man, and you're looking at
Either way, Slammiversary is right around the corner. But first, the Great American Dash, which will play host to the contract signing for the TNA World Championship between these two men.
Oh, he's got another
Back to you, Vic.
something announced for Great American Bash, the official contract signing between Joe Hendry, Trick Williams, and Mike Santana, pal. I think one, maybe two. And how long ago was WrestleMania? How long ago was it since he won it from, I'm sorry, since he won it from Rhea? Dude, that's ridiculous, dude. Dude, I cannot help but get the Abyss vibes from Jasper Troy. But it's in a way where he's taking like Abyss stuff, but making it his own. Like he's taking elements from Abyss and integrating it into his own character.
Kicks off the action while Evolution makes history. And in the heart of it all,
I mean, the chain wrapped around the neck.
legendary question.
Tonight's episode of NXT is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto.
You know the way he walks to the ring.
Here, from pure Cape spring water to the fires to create the sugar-labeled charcoal, where every drop is mellowed until it's smooth Tennessee whiskey. A whiskey we all know by name. Made by those who everything into their craft. For those who drink it all over the world. And that's what makes Jack.
Jen loved her game flames. Then Brad showed up with game
Yeah,
flames, and then
it's such a weird thing.
they discovered they were set.
Okay, yeah, back in March. Okay, sorry. Yes, that's about 4 months.
And leave the heat to us.
2 defenses.
Create your own pasta has a new spicy 3
Remember the old 30-day rule?
perfectly with our new
Ultra soft smooth tear has wavy edges.
It's no ordinary square. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has enjoy the go with Charmin.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post 9/11 veterans and their families
Hmm.
with life-changing programs and services.
I remember one time when Kevin Nash was WCW champion where he did the gimmick where he's like, I'm not a fighting champion. I only have to defend this like 30 days. Why are you putting me in a match now?
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proven anything is possible. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/connect.
Oh, pizza! We're trapped by dishes.
Don't worry, they've got new Dawn Power Set. It'll power through this whole pile with ease.
Yeah, it's the dish soap with 2 times more.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. And plus,
Lucky
and and all these shows, they waste so much time. Like a lot of these are just time fills and time kills. Why are you not featuring more of your talent, like and having Asuka do, like or like Io having title matches? Like she's someone I'd want to have like as like you do the fighting champion gimmick with.
Can we do something?
Excuse me, do you forgive me? Okay.
Yo, what's up, Sonic? Good to see you, pal. Whoop whoop.
Kind of feeling chicken.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, and how long ago was that?
Cleaning your dog's teeth can be fun.
Like that had to be at least 6 years ago. 5-6 years ago at least.
Better she brings her boyfriend.
Hey, one. He's really sick.
After everything that man's done to us,
I took him out to help people.
Yeah, so as soon as he had that like WrestleMania match with Brock, that program with Orton, and then it was all downhill from there. And then he had to basically salvage himself when CM Punk showed up, and then he turned heel. I did not see those. Damn. Yeah, like you got all this time for these long ass matches just to kill time, but you can't put promos on the show to help get characters over. Makes no sense.
It's easy to do.
Lazy.
Izzy, I came here to tell you that because you pinned Soul tonight, you will face her for the Women's North American title at the Great American Bash. Yes.
Thank you, pal. And that's good to hear. Whoop whoop.
Time, Tatum, I couldn't have done this without you.
Wow.
We get jumped from behind last week, and the only evidence is a black steel. Yeah, come on.
Man, it's crazy how much time flies.
And if you two are so big and bad, why don't we put those titles on the line next week?
I want to be here. You reverse tradition like last time.
You guys are fine with that. We put the titles on the line next week.
All right, here's one thing that NXT does a very much better job of than the main roster. They actually add a little doubt to the intrigue to the finishes of their matches because you don't know where they're going to go. Like from the where they're building the characters and the stories, there actually is some doubt on where they can go. Okay, yeah. I didn't even know those promos existed until you said that. Like, yeah, for real. Like, why can you not put that on your 3-hour show? That's ridiculous. Where everybody's watching. And then after they air on your 3-hour show, then they go circulate and go and get attention on social media. Yeah, once again, they're putting the cart before the horse.
Corey, I want to get your thoughts. How scary truly can Troy be? I mean, the sky is the limit and beyond, and it's used a cliche. Jasper Troy, with terrifying athleticism, covered. A man of his size, and Booker, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I'm on a line by saying Jasper Troy sort of.
Well, the majority of the matches on a live TV show or a weekly episodic TV show that's done to get the characters, a storyline, to advance the character progression, storylines, and angles that are going on. Yes, they should be shorter and quicker because they drive you to the live events, the pay-per-views, to watch the longer things, to watch all that stuff, reach their conclusions or reach the end of a chapter or wherever they're going with it. Yeah, you definitely stand out, though. You would definitely stand out.
I wonder what the hell is he thinking?
Wow, so if they would have put it on their actual show instead of killing time with packages and entrances and long matches, actually would have got more eyeballs on it and got the match over more and done more to build to the match.
He's no stranger to mix it up with some heavy hitters. This is about.
And it was Inamura who went only to realize the things he missed as he right now is taking it to Troy. Big elbow to the chest, into the cover to get to the Great American.
Yeah, for real. Like, usually if you're watching anything like a match that goes in the double digits, it's either a TV main event, a house show match, or a pay-per-view payoff, whether you're finishing a chapter or finishing a story.
Looking on, he will face one of these two men in Atlanta at the Great American Bash.
Yeah, man. And that was like, okay, Sheamus and Rusev, those are two good workers who know how to work and fill time and know how, because Sheamus and Rusev do know how to work. That's probably why they sent them out there. It's because they know that those two can have a good 20-minute match and kill time.
He can wear you down. He's incredibly powerful. You ever seen a sumo train, Vic?
I have not.
It's unbelievable.
Right, if you give them something to invest their, concentration and time on, they will. You got to make them care. It's just they don't. He had that one match with John Cena and then kept interrupting Aleister Black, and then he's been kicked in the head. So yeah, it's like, there's your transition out of Ron Killings from John Cena, and then as soon as he's done with Aleister Black, he's gonna just disappear once again. Horrible writing and booking. Horrible writing and booking.
Becoming the NXT champion.
Well, they got monsters in Japan too, Booker. Think about it.
Johnny Brown. Who is headed to Atlanta? Who's going to face Oba Femi?
Okay, Noah's going to make a fire. Our job.
And they're probably thinking like, okay, if we're going to let's go ahead and turn Aleister Black heel, and then we'll use Truth for that, and then he'll just, we'll forget about him again. And his contract will run out and he'll disappear again. And commercial break time. Whoop, whoop.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents.
but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
And watch it.
Fuckers, when you host, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door. Keep things fresh.
Dude, yeah, for real. You can go to that WWE vault and then you watch that and you're hooked and invested. Like, you don't want to stop watching what's going in, because the workers in there, they worked to make you invested in what they were doing and made you care.
New Game Tangle Scent Boosters. With two irresistible scents coming together, you can't help
Yeah,
but
exactly, Sonic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, credits roll. All right, we're done.
New Game Tangle Scent Boosters.
You really to be fair though, the only real game change to credits is like with Marvel Universe. Then again, what has WWE done that makes us care about credits?
Experience a new kind of flavor at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon. Only in theaters.
Yep, exactly, Todd. Yeah, I could. Yeah, again, speaking personally, I could actually watch a 4-hour video mixtape of Bret Hart content, whether it's matches or promos, or to be fair, I'd like to see and this is me personally speaking, I'd like to see the video packages telling the story leading up to the big matches that they show during this. Yeah, and I could watch that 4 hours and be totally invested and not have my attention drift off at all. Although granted, 4 hours is kind of a long time.
Now's the time. You're on a new hunt from the Kelly Blue Book Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that, Lab Rat. Yeah, we had that one. I forgot what episode it was, but I remember, like, as the credits were rolling, you had that scene in Dario Cueto's office. Somebody knocks on the door, and he's like, "Yeah, who is it?" And then comes Alberto El Patron, and he's like, and he does his whole shtick. And then as the credits are rolling, does his wink, and that's how they go off the air.
There are programs for seniors. There are programs for people with disabilities. He was diagnosing me with bipolar. Devastating.
Oh, Todd, I love Bret Hart. Bro, I love Bret Hart. When it comes to actually being an in-ring worker, this is my criteria. The best to make it look real without hurting the person you're in the ring with. Nobody did it better than Bret. Nobody did it better than Bret. And I appreciate his commitment to character.
Obafemi said he would relish a fight with someone who shares his warrior spirit. And these two certainly fit the bill, Graves. This is incredible physicality on both sides. Here comes Troy. Big splash. Sending a message.
Oh wow. I never saw that. That's the first I've ever heard about that. Wow. Yeah, I guess in that instance it did not go well.
Is Troy the first man you've seen put doubt in the mind of Obafemi?
Yeah, any wrestler who can boast that they never injured somebody and they also made their work and their stuff looked real. I mean, that is what a great worker is. And nobody did that better than Bret Hart, in my opinion.
He's delivered everything just short of becoming NXT champion. As we've been talking about the duration of this match, Troy pushed the ruler to his limit. We thought on multiple occasions we were going to have a new kingpin in NXT named Jasper Troy.
And if you need to go back to last week, he dropped Inamura. He got back in the face of Obafemi and said, "We are not done." Is now Jasper Troy maybe looking for an abdominal stretch. Inamura did a nice job of trying to counter.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I just have not watched Family Guy in at least 15 years. But yeah, that's actually a good marketing tactic. Okay, okay, all right, I get it now. Okay, that was actually a great marketing tactic. The thing is, though, just when that flame starts to burn out a little bit, you got to add a little fuel to it. You got to do it again and make them think, oh, they're gonna do it again. Yep, absolutely. When it comes to being an actual worker, Bret Hart, one of the GOATs. Oh, Todd, have you ever read Bret's book? Do you know who he said would say, like if Bret's like Bret himself put himself as number one? You know who he said was number two? Jeff Jarrett. Which I could see. I can actually, and it actually makes a lot of sense if you watch Jeff work. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I got to check that out. Yeah, hang on one sec. Let me go grab the book. I know I got it somewhere around here. Let me look for it. Inamura, number one contender for the NXT World Title, pal. Yep, yeah, they were both at NWO 2000, but when Bret talks about his earliest recollections of working with Jeff Jarrett, that was when they did, this was like 93, 94, when they had this WWF invasion of Jerry Jarrett and Jerry Lawler's promotion, and they were the heels like that. And that was the first time the Vince McMahon character appeared on camera. Like Vince McMahon himself was leading the invasion as Mr. McMahon. Yeah, but people talk about the Bret Hart book. This is the Bret Hart book. And thank you, Bret, for putting a glossary in here.
WrestleMania 41 was the most successful WrestleMania in history. We shattered every record from attendance to viewership. So we're running it back to the sports and entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah, USWA. I forgot the name of the promotion. Thank you.
WrestleMania returns in 2026. Are you ready? Now get me off this thing.
It's time for speed to meet style. Go to shop.cwtv.com now to shop race day style, shades, and so much more. Brought to you by Shady Rays.
Oh, dude, I got the book out. I gotta tell this. Oh, we're at a commercial break. This is perfect. So I'm gonna read from this book. All right, here's one of the paragraphs from page 324 of Bret's book. Owen and I headed down to the Mid-South Coliseum where we were to work a tag match against Lawler and Jeff Jarrett, the son of wrestler Jerry Jarrett. Jeff was about Owen's age and size with long blonde hair and thick legs. He was working a gimmick for Vince as a rhinestone cowboy country singer called Double J. Despite all the dirty deeds the fans had seen Lawler do on WWF TV, in Memphis he was still a beloved babyface. Memphis had always been the most insane outpost of the goofiest and phoniest types of wrestling and wrestlers going back to the 1960s, when promoter Nick Goulas and his son George ran the territory. George was the all-time worst example of a promoter's kid going over all the time, beating everybody when he couldn't beat his own pillow at night. He'd cry out, "Daddy says go down."
Sounds like Linda has you beat. Only in coverage. And plans start at $20.
Oh, nice, Lab Rat.
Consumer Cellular to switch today. Hand over that hot sauce and leave the key to
Yep, yeah, that's in this book too. Yeah, he says it in the book too. Conan taught him the sharpshooter because they were feeling like, okay, I'm going singles. I need a new finisher. What do you want to use? Well, Sting uses this. Sting uses the Scorpion Deathlock. You could do something like that. Hey, Conan could teach it to you, and it was at that very brief window where Brett and Conan worked together in the WWF. Yeah, I think it might have been around that time. Sounds about right. Oh, nice, Lab Rat. Oh, dude, Brett does not pull any punches in this book, man. This book is great.
Zivo goes wherever bugs do. Working 24/7 using blue and UV light to attract and trap.
Let me go back to the glossary. Hang on.
No odor and Zivo, people friendly, bug deadly. To catch up to twice the bugs, try Zivo Max.
I gotta turn some pages here.
WWE LFG is back for a whole new season. We're shaking up the team, ramping up the action with bigger matches and massive stakes. The groundbreaking competition show will feature new future greats, returning favorites, and a new legendary coach in the mix, Michelle McCool. Watch new episodes every Sunday, 10 Central, only on A&E. Well, next week, Cole will be on the line as Hank and Tank defend their titles against the team they believe attacked them. Spears, Vance of the Culling NXT Tag Team Championships on the line live next week right here on NXT. The former North American champion Ricky Saints certainly has his hands full as all ego Ethan Page continues to try to make Saints' life hell. Ricky Saints battles the Vanity Project in a gauntlet match. Not to be outdone, an unlikely combo of sorts will team as TNA wrestlers Joe Hendry and Mike Sander will meet the High Rise. There will be high stakes next week, live on NXT.
Oh yeah, ask Hogan any question. If he did it, he'll say, "Yeah, I did."
Follows in the footsteps of Miles.
Yeah, I think I might have caught that on YouTube one time. Yeah, it's like the prototype Mr. McMahon. Yes, definitely mid-90s.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship, Jordan Gray.
Guys, are we looking at the next face of the NXT Women's Division?
Well, if you ask Jordan Grace, the answer is absolutely. Grace knows what it feels like to carry a women's division on her back prior to arriving in NXT. But all that matters is what happens in Atlanta at Evolution.
I wanted to come out here tonight and be completely honest. Getting to this point is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. But last week reminded me of something. It reminded me that I thrive under pressure. And the bigger the bad, the bigger.
All right, I'm in a little bit of
the win.
trouble here trying to find the exact ones. I'm gonna go to AI,
So
pal.
now I'm about to walk into Evolution, a historic premium live event, not just for WWE, but for women's wrestling. And this time, I'm not watching from the sidelines. I'm a part of it. I'm going to make history alongside the best women's wrestlers in the world. But for the sake of complete honesty, I have to be something that I'm honest.
All right, so yeah, I'm not sure where Brett said it, but apparently, yes, Brett did say that he believed Jeff Jarrett was the second best wrestler in the world and making sure his opponents would not get hurt.
Am I actually good enough to be here?
I mean, to be fair, it's like it digs up, it goes and finds like where those things were, you know, like for example, like, okay, did Bret Hart ever say this? Yes, he did, and it actually finds the articles that where he's or
And a lot of you know my
sources where he said it.
You know that I didn't grow up saying I was born to be a WWE superstar. But I did everything I had to do in order to get here. I became someone that they couldn't ignore. So in Evolution, I'm going to beat JC Jane and remind myself of exactly who I am. Because I may not have been born for it.
All right, Jordan. Are you done with this incredibly pitiful sob story of yours yet? But I mean, congratulations on making it the absolute highlight of your entire career. And
Yeah, if you go back and watch him work, like he's always been like very safe in the ring. He doesn't do anything that carries a higher risk of hurting the guy he's in there with, and he does it in a way where he tries to work and he bumps and sells. He makes the guy he's in the ring, you know, in the ring with look good, and knows how to milk time too.
But I can promise you, it won't be my NXT Women's Championship, and it damn sure won't be at Evolution. Because everyone wants to keep saying I'm the most beatable champion in history. But unfortunately for all of you and all you idiots, I'm at the top of my game. Yeah, you can all keep crying about it. Keep crying about it while I keep winning. And while I'm on this subject, it reminds me, you and Blake Monroe, you seem to be cut from the same cloth. You think you can just walk up in here and everyone's gonna bow down at your feet. But luckily for you, Fatal Influence will always be here to remind you exactly where you stand. Quick reality.
Hey, give me Reptilian Britt Baker Jones, pal. Whoop whoop.
All right, Jesse, why don't you just do everyone here a favor and shut up?
Okay, so here's how much you want to bet we see Blake Monroe show up and we see Masha Slamovich show up.
But I'm not going to surprise anybody when I beat you. At Evolution, I'm going to become the NXT Women.
Jane Hart knocked Jordan Grace into a standing her ground.
Or this leads to a 6, or we get a 6 women tag match. Fatal Influence versus Jordan Grace, Masha Slamovich, and Blake Monroe. Well, here's Blake.
She was attacked in the same way 2 weeks ago here on NXT. Oh, yeah. Blake Monroe getting her sword right now.
Yep, you had the face to face with her and JC Jane. All right, maybe not this week.
But for Jordan Grace, all the pressure is on her back when she faces JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship.
So that's a weird pairing. Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe as a team. Okay. Oh, wait. We got some post-credits action here.
Calm down and listen to what I have to say. What I was going to say is, look, clearly you want something done about Jordan and Blake, and luckily for you, yours truly is already 2 steps ahead. So, at the Great American Bash, it will be Fallon Henley and JC Jane against the team of Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe.
What an unbelievable decision just made by our general manager.
Okay, so now we got a tag match between Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix again at coming up. So that leaves Masha with no dance partner. I don't remember. I don't remember what happened.
To arrest Democratic mayoral candidate Zoran Mondani vowing to stop ICE raids in the city. Now, if he wins,
But yeah, that still leaves the champion JC Jane open. So see where that goes, pal. Whoop whoop. And that is it for the NXT watch along. Always appreciate y'all. See what we got going on for the rest of this week. We got the Wednesday locker room. Tomorrow we got the HMG Dynamite watch along and belt count. Thursday we got the Impact watch along and belt count. And also, I'm not sure what the schedule is, but I think we got Friday locker room taping. And of course, Friday, the SmackDown watch along and belt count. Saturday, Smack Attack. And then Saturday nights, HMG After Dark. And at the request of our boy, the Vet, we'll be doing Black Dynamite along with Mallrats. And then Sunday, we got The Wreckage. And then that night, we got HMG After Dark. We'll be continuing with Lucha Underground, pal. And then, of course, Monday locker room, Raw watch along, Impact Attack. But as far as tonight goes, we ain't done yet. The night's still early, pal. The night's still early. We're going to continue, keep the party going in about 10-15 minutes over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/LG Brandon, whoop whoop. We're going to be doing some more SNES round robin playing. Hope to see you there. And yeah, if not, have a great rest of your night. Hope to catch you on one of the shows later this week. And have a great rest of your night. Take care, pal. Whoop whoop.